Okay, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Jets. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. He gets it to Brown, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll give this to Bell running right. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Out of the pistol, it's Bell. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Darnold on third down. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. That's on Kelechi Osemele, the guard.
Nice play, baby. Nice play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Tighten down, tighten down. There you go. Young lady. Go, go. Kill. Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Single. Motion, 89, 89. Watch 89. Hey, I'm coming.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. Past the 20. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. First down, Brissett. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 3-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. This is Bell. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Now Darnold. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught at the 10. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Here's Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Ready? 57, come on. Touchdown, defense. Alert 3.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. Check. 53 is mine. Check. 53 is mine. No chance.
Here's Brissett. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Check, 41. In your face. 41's the mic. 41's
Out of the gun, Brissett. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, 58 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You got nothing to get. Tighten up.
Bell. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. After the penalty, it's Bell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
On second and 11 now. Darnold. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Delta.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Got one. He's checking.
Mostert. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. On third down, Brissett. Catch made here by Campbell. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
A first down throw for Brissett. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. On second down, here's a run with Mack. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Mostert. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
First down, Colts.
Everyone's got 4 down. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Brissett on first down. Campbell making the catch. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
13 yards. And the Colts first down.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Check tight. Check tight. Go. 57.
From the shotgun, it's Bissett. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now Bell. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
53, Mike. Watch the out. Watch the out.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here we go, son. 53 is the mic. Cut. Watch the twist, like that.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Caught by Montgomery. Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
We got this. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check nickel.
Here's Mostert. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
57's the mic. Rock 57.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better.
Back. Check 3.
This is Mostert. And an alley to run. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Here we go. Four down. Check.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now.
This is caught at the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Antonio Brown, 72 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
From the 29, Brissett. It's caught by Funchess. His first catch of the divisional round goes for a first down. He had 5 catches last week in their wild card win. Brissett to throw on first. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trumaine Johnson. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Brissett. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Bell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Here we go. Here we go.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. This will be caught by Brown. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
And the Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. I'm here all day.
They'll run it with Bell. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. What we got? What we got? What we got? Switch. Switch.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. Forced, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Anthony Walker in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it. It's Mack. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
53
From the 38, Brissett. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. On third down, a run by Mack. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now Brissett. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Campbell. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Brissett. And that is incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Mack. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Mike, 53.
Brissett sets to throw it. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Bell. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You got it.
On first down, it's Bell. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Yeah, baby.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Darnold from the gun. Airing one out for Crowder. That's going to be caught by Crowder. It's a Jets touchdown. Jamison Crowder, 30 yards, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Get that ball. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
From the gun, here's Massey. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return, and they've taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run again. Again, it's Powell. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Jets on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Powell takes it from Darnold, and he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on the night. Hey, receiver. Jack! He's coming. We got double up.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Powell. Pierre Desir in on the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Darnold. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he loses the football a second time. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy.
53 check 53. Come on, baby.
On 2nd down, it's Mack. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. First down, Brissett. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And this is caught. It's a touchdown in overtime, and they are marching on to the playoffs. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.